Hello everybody and welcome to a new series. This is going to be Stonehearth. This is new to the channel and I'm going to be playing it for a little while, a few episodes, see what you guys think. Please do let me know in the comments below. But I've been enjoying this game a little bit. I played probably 2.5 hours, 3 hours the other night, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to record it. So this is still an early alpha, and that's important to realize that there's going to be a lot of new things that come into this game. I know they have a lot of new things planned, but we're going to start a new game here. And we get to choose which kingdom we want to be. The Ascendancy is very much of a self-reliant, farming-based kind of hunter-gatherer kind of style, whereas Raya's Children is more of a trader style. I've played the Ascendancy and I had a good time. I want to play a little bit of Raya's Children right here. So a brave band of settlers from Raya's Children, a society of charming willy traders. Seeking new lands and adventure, they set off to the desert, which is what we're told is the optimum starting area for these people. And then we'll also be playing as a normal mode. So Raya's Children in the desert on normal mode. Now I want to just check real quick to see if I have... I'm not really quite happy with this roll. I'm not quite happy with that roll either. I don't know how many rolls I get. Do I have unlimited rolls? This is better. This makes me feel better. I like this mix match of stats a lot better. Over here on the right hand side we have Traveler's Store. We have 150 gold to start with at the start of anything, at least at this point. I have gotten other things before, but I think the optimum thing to get, honestly, is the Trapper's Knife, especially for the desert. It appears that the desert has quite a lot of wildlife, and not nearly as much in terms of. Let me start right about here. And we're gonna start here. Sorry, but wherever I want to start, I just want to make sure that it was a place that had a lot of wildlife, primarily. Minerals is a good thing, too, because these guys right here are very focused. Their starting buildings are basically going to be in the realm more so of clay than anything else. And that's a pretty cool thing, but let's see what we got around us. This is spinning way too fast for me using my mouse instead of just the wheel. So I want to face off this way basically because I like the water in the picture. It just makes me feel better. Looks like we have some clay here, some clay deposits, and also a ton of food. So we're going to want this to be kind of close to that food. Maybe right about here. Seems like it's a good place to start us off. Alright, so I'm going to call this Skimtopia because in theory it should be a wonderful, beautiful place to live. Alright, so we have all of our workers here. There's a couple things that are going to be pretty important, and we're going to get to that as soon as we can. To quickly walk you through everything, your first tab right here is a town overview. This is where you see kind of like going on to the town, including inventory and a journal. This is pretty important. This is how you manage your workers, and this is actually going to be a place where you don't spend a lot of time, but when you're focusing on optimization, this is what you're going to need to do. Find more info about them and also change their jobs. And change their jobs is something that we're going to want to do right off the bat. So to get back into this tab, I want to find somebody who has really high mind. And really high mind means that they're effective crafters. Really high body would be a better fighter. And faith, I don't know much about faith yet, but I'm sure it'll come into handy at some point. So Kenka has really good mind, one of the best, and also fine in terms of body and spirit. So I'm going to have her be the potter. And the potter is going to be pretty important almost right off the bat. But the first thing we're going to want to do, there's a couple things we're going to want to do. Oh, I see some foxes over here. We will want to put a trapper up at some point then. But one of the things I want to do for the first part is going to be to do some gathering. So this right here is your harvesting tool. Gather, mine tunnels, mine bricks, cancel tasks, and loot. And also clear things away. Now, I know that I thought it was over this way. Am I mistaken? Where was the olive? Oh wait, the food was back this way on this side of us. Okay, well this is where I want you to go then. I want you to go in here. I want you to harvest a whole bunch of stuff in here that I know is in here. I just can't really quite see it. And that's going to be one of the major jobs that you guys have. There's a little bit of food there. I want you to kind of clear out the area around where we're going to be building our homes. Alright, can we do that? I think we can do that. Alright, good. Good stuff so far. We're going to harvest this. We're going to harvest this. Now, we're going to want someplace to put all this stuff, right? You don't want to just like hang it around. So we're going to want a stockpile. I'm going to stockpile on a, that's a little bit close to to the animals, actually. I'm going to stockpile behind us, right about here. That's a little bit further away, actually, than I want to. I cancel my mind. Remove that. Alright, so we have an agent coming to talk to us. So, hi, there's nothing like the sight of a brand new outpost, eh? With your hard work, this desolate land will soon be a nexus of wealth and prosperity. We'll be back tomorrow with the whole store. But in the meantime, here's a starting stake of your family sent along. 2 prickly pear baskets and 2 baskets of corn. Many thanks to you, indeed. Actually, I think I'm gonna want it a little bit closer. So we're gonna right about here put a big old stockpile. Now here we can control what is in our stockpile. This is just for. I like to do this in terms of just making sure that I have things set up in a way that's helpful to me. So we're going to have construction and resources be in these guys. And we're going to make another one right next to it. And this one's going to have the rest. Tools, food, drink, and wealth in that one. And this is more or less just to kind of keep things organized. Ooh, we have some more food over here. I'm going to want that. I'm going to want this food. So let's go grab it. Let's go grab that. Alright, so now at this point, I'm going to want to actually get some clay, because clay is what we're going to need to build houses. So I want to do a little bit of mining. I'm going to mine out some individual blocks over here. So we're going to mine out those. We're going to mine out these. And I don't know if I'll be able to reach that quite, so we're going to also mine out those, I think. Is that low enough to get me to the clay area, or should I just mine out over here too? You know what? I'm also going to have the mine out just to make sure I'm getting some clay. I kind of like how even this place is, though. It's like a perfect stepping stone. Just to make sure we get some of the stuff we need. I'll have the mine out over here too. So now we have some people walking around, you know, and some people are gathering stuff. Some people are still chopping things down, gathering stuff from over here. But we need somebody mining, because I really do want to start building buildings before too long. I want to have beds and stuff for these people. All right, so how are we going to deal that with? How are we going to make them do what we want them to do? That's going to be all done over here in this particular basket. So here we can determine what each person does. So I want to find somebody. It doesn't really matter too much in terms of what their strengths and weaknesses are. But I want some people to not build ever, and to just mine. And I want some people who aren't going to be mining, and are just going to be building and hauling. And you can optimize this a lot more than what I'm doing right here. I'm just doing a little bit right now to make sure that there's always somebody who's collecting the things that we need to have collected, I should say. Because like some people, I need to moving the food over. And I'm going to need some people gathering more resources, but I will need some people to be miners. Is that fox on that stone? I think that is adorable. I think that's adorable. I'm a fan of that. All right, so I want to see now what it is that they're bringing in. I think it's primarily stone at this level. I need to dig down a little bit more. Oh, we do have some mounds of clay that are coming in. That's good. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to want you to do now. I think I need to get a little bit deeper. So I'm going to start right about here, have them mine out that. And then we're actually going to start making an actual mine that goes in towards the rock. It's going to be important in the long run. All right. I'm happy with this. We got some areas that we're going to want to do some trapping. And trapping is going to be important. We do have quite a bit of food right now in terms of just, I'll get rid of that. In terms of just what we were given to start with and the things that we've been able to collect from over here, which is good. In fact, we actually have quite a bit of food that's hanging around, which is not a bad situation for us to be in. So I want to make sure that these guys are still continuing to do what they need to do. They did, in fact, clean out a little bit of clay from this area. All right, looking good so far. We have a trap. The trapper's knife is all the way over here, where we originally started. That's kind of not ideal. But I think right now what we actually want to do is start to think about getting some clay stuff going. So we're gonna need these mounds of clay. We have some wood, which is fine. We have a decent amount of food, which I'm pretty happy with. But like I said, what I'm going to want to focus on is getting down into the clay areas. And it looks like that's what we have here. It looks like we are actually digging out some clay. So I'm going to actually make them go another layer deep right here. And kind of like steps. And I'm going to have them mine. Basically directly in, directly in, directly in, stuff like that. Because I don't want to strip mine too much because I think it looks ugly. I'd rather do the mining inside there. But at this point, it's when I'm starting to say to myself, alright, you know what? Actually, we're going to move this to the other side. And we're going to turn it around. You can use, it says right there, rotate with your comma and your period to turn it around. So I'm going to have somebody move that to the other side because I decided to change our orientation. But to show you some other things, that we saw the designated zone in terms of stockpiles, but it's also you can designate zones for farming, for trapping, and for animal pastures. But what I'm looking at here now is going to be the building and design. So if you hit the build and design, you actually get a whole bunch of places that are already kind of set, all good to go. You can also design your building from the top down, from the bottom up, I should say. And I'll show you more of that a little bit later. You can also construct a ladder, which is useful for going up and down mountains in and out of holes. And I'll place items like decorations. But right now, I'm going to focus on just building kind of set stuff. I want to build a pottery studio. Because I'm going to want this pottery studio in order to make sure that we can build all the things that we need in order to have a successful couple of first days of trading and building. So I'm going to have our pottery studio be right about here. So I click it, place it down. I'm going to call it the pottery place and hit build. Yeah, start building. So they're going to go up, and if they have the energy, go over there and start to build. So we have some mounds of clay, and we have ourselves a potter. We're going to be able to make ourselves potter wheels and potter kins. And this is what we're going to use in order to get clay piles and also clay bricks, which will be used for the actual construction. So I have to have a place potter's kin first. So we can't continue with this until I have the potter's kin. I should have been doing that earlier, but it's okay. Our potter is working on that right now. Thank you. We're going to move the pottery wheel. Right on here for now is fine. And you're going to create something else, I believe. We're going to go into 2 times mode right here. And you have a kiln here? Great. We're going to put that, it's not going to let me put that there yet? Yeah, that's okay. We'll put it right here for now. So these guys are all relaxing right now because I don't have them doing anything else. Well, that's about to change. I'm going to ask for you guys, it's hard to see necessarily right here, but I am going to ask you guys actually to do a little bit more digging because it's going to be important to us later on. So I'm going to ask you to mine a tunnel. Tunnel's going to start at the bottom here. No, not there. I want you to go down one actually. Can you not? It doesn't seem to like me going down on another level. Well, I guess I may have mined that out for no good reason then. Alright, well then we're going to start here. And we're going to mine in, please. That's not what I wanted to do. Zooming is not being very kind to me. Did I do it right? That way, please. Thank you. Cool. Cool. Alright, so pottery has leveled up a little bit. We're going to go back to play mode. We're going to be getting in our first kind of shipments of stuff today. Now, what I need you to do, if you're going to do it by yourself, I'm totally happy with that. You need to make a bunch of clay bricks, basically, is what you're going to need to do. So you got pottery level 1, potter level 1. So the potter can now make basic furniture and building adornments. Awesome. That's good stuff. That's what we need. Now this is the immigration report. It says, have you hit what needs to be hit in order to have another person join your ranks? We do not have the net worth yet. That's okay. We're going to start trading pretty soon and gathering up some animals pretty soon as well. These guys right here is just sitting around now. I want them doing something. So I'm going to have them doing a little bit of gathering. Over here, we'll gather these guys. We can sell them. We still don't have food over here. Got those, got these rocks, and in addition, I'm gonna have you continue to mine. 4x8. That looks good. That'll keep him busy for a little while as we focus more on exactly what our potter is doing. What is she making? Windows and stuff. She's making all the stuff that's going to be necessary for that. So the trading caravan has come in. So we can buy food, or we could buy stuff like mounds of clay and our acacia logs. Well, I'm more interested in selling, to be honest with you. What can we sell? We can sell some cactus flowers because they have healing properties that we don't particularly need right now at this point. We have a bit of stone we could sell. We could also sell some food, but I think I'm going to keep the food at this point. I'd sell these guys. That's not a lot of gold, but it'll help us start to increase slowly our net worth. There's nothing I think I want to buy at this point. Because we do have some mounds of clay that we're getting in. And she's making windows and stuff like that. I'd rather her be making clay blocks actually. So why don't we fix that though? We don't have to deal with this. So what is she actually making? I see. Well, what I want you to do is make clay bricks. So why don't you maintain 5 in the inventory at any one time? Can we do that? Thank you. That would be helpful. That would allow us to get started over here, because that's what we need in order to build this little potter's house. And then we can start building other houses and stuff like that we also desperately need. See, we're starting to fall asleep on the job. This is what happens before you have beds. You kind of just fall asleep wherever you have space to fall asleep, I guess. Are you guys just tooling around a little bit? You are. So this place isn't very animated. It needs certain things to happen in certain ratios. Hey, buddy. Hey, my man. You sleepy, dude? Ooh, not by 20. That is not what I want. Let's do that. Another 4x4 section. Oh, everyone's taking a little bit of a snooze. So while this is happening, while they're all kind of sleeping on the job, we're going to fast forward it. Let them get their sleep in, though. And we're going to go ahead and find somebody who has decent... that looks pretty good. I think I want you, my friend, to become our first trapper. Thank you. Didn't mean to pause the game. Alright, so now that we have a trapper, that means that we can now, once he actually becomes a trapper, it's all the way over here, designate zones for trapping. This looks like a great zone for trapping. It's a little bit out of the way, which is okay with me. I don't have to be in the way of other things or other people. And we don't need to start with a super big one. We'll just start with one like maybe 25 by 25. There you go. We'll start with that. So they'll place traps over here, and these animals, we hope, will wander into them, and then become our food, and our supplies, and our stuff to sell. We're finally getting started with building. This is a good thing. You're not our potter though, are you? You are. You're not the only person that can build this, right? I certainly hope not. While people are sitting and eating and stuff like that, that's fine. That's fine. When they wake up, when they're a little bit less busy, sleeping on the job, that is, I'm going to have them do a little bit of harvesting over here. Alright. We're looking good so far, guys. We're looking good. It's a little bit of a slower start than I had planned, actually, in terms of getting the buildings going. But you do what you have to do. And that's about it. So you have people going around now. They're collecting some more resources. What are you doing? Do you have nothing left to do? I don't think that you don't have anything left to do. You probably do have stuff to do. Let's check to see what's going on over here. So you have Potter's Kiln. Clay pile needs a bunch of mounds of clay to make that. I have Didn't I say maintain, let's say 10 clay bricks. It's probably not a bad idea, honestly. There should be plenty that you're doing, honestly. I don't really see why you wouldn't be a little bit more active right now. Well, over here we have our trap set out. And ideally at some point we'll have a little animal wander into it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's happening. He's looking. He's smelling. Those of you... Oh. So those of you with weak conscience, look away. So I'm worried that maybe she's the only person that can actually... Ah, there we go. That's more like what I was seeing in the other one. Actual building is going on. This is good. This is good stuff. They just need a little bit of a break. A little bit of relaxation. This is why it's important to make sure that while you're doing this, that you don't have everybody doing the same job. You're going to want some people that are 8 by 40? No. No. No, that's really not what I'm looking for. I didn't hit yes, did I? How did I even get over here? How did I even get over there? Let's get back in here. This is actually a challenge to simply determine where it is that you're trying to go. 4 by 8 is a decent place to start. We'll continue to dig into that mountainside. Ah, here we go. We're starting to come together a little bit. I hope that they're not actually going to put... I hope instead of building a new one, they'll just move the potter's kiln into here. Alright. That would be more efficient than making a whole nother one. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Do we have anything? Have we captured anything over here yet? Oh. This guy's looking at it. The squirrel's looking. Squirrel's thinking about it. Ah! Squirrel has been captured. And this is what'll happen. You know, they'll go back and forth. I think we might have... Nope, that's just a rock. What are you, a bunny? Little rabbit? Little rabbit. It's actually pretty important that we do continue to make that stuff work for us. Alright, so we're seeing some success at this point. We're starting to kind of get around. What do you do that has you sitting around? Aaron Magus. What am I looking for? This building right here. He is not to haul or build, he's just to mine. Everyone should be able to haul, I think. There might not be many things to haul. Well, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and grab a few more things then. Some more harvesting is probably in order. Do we have any food over here yet? No new food. Daily update. This is good. So our net worth is still not enough, but our food is. Trading caravan is here. We have cooking ingredients. This is all the stuff they have for sale. But we're really more or less looking at what we can sell to them right now. We have quite a bit of prickly pear baskets, and we might want to sell some of those. We also want to sell these cactus flowers because they're not as useful to us as they could be. These coarse fibers will be useful at some point, and these rabbit pelts will be also. But at this point, they're not. I'll keep one. I'll keep one, and I'll sell probably 10 of those, and I'll sell down to 17 of those because we have more than enough food right now for this population, and food does go bad. All right, so now we have 66 gold. There's nothing here that I really want to buy. I just wanted to get some of the gold up so that our net worth will increase. That is one of the important things to do. What I should have done, actually, is gather these as well, because I can sell them. They're only a gold, but a gold is better than nothing. Now, this over here looks like that might be copper. We should get in on that at some point. It's gonna be a profitable venture for us. So we still have the trapping going on over here. That's good. We finally have some good building underway. Now I'm gonna say that we're probably gonna gold up there, iron. I'm liking the location that we picked. I'm liking it more and more now. So I'm gonna click over there and walk it forward until we start seeing it go the. Actually, you know what we could do? We could actually go. Is that it's only gonna let me go 4x4? Let's do that first then. Let's see how much further we can go in on that. All right. I'm liking this so far. I'm liking this so far. Now, we will get intruders, and it's probably gonna be something that isn't gonna take forever to get to. So one of the things I'm gonna want to look for now is the ability to make tools and weapons and stuff like that. A mason would probably be helpful. What do we need for that? Mounds of clay, which we don't have many of right now. Clay market stall for merchants. And then a lot of stuff that's kind of decorative. Well, that's okay. But I think this is going to be important. So we're going to want to collect some more. What are you looking for? Oh, that's right, because I always want to have 10 clay bricks. So it's been really focused on getting clay bricks. Invaders are approaching, though. This is what I was worried about. So I'm calling them all using this fight and defend into this middle here. These are the invaders. They're going to kind of kick my butt a little bit this turn. I hope I don't lose anybody. Having us all together is certainly a benefit, but I really would have hoped that we would have had at this point some sort of fighter. So we're able to defeat them pretty easily. We don't take too much damage. And now we can release them back to do their jobs, including loot. That's what I'm doing right here. We got some loot. Alright, so they're still building and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to want to do a little bit more mining. I think at this point in here, strip mining may not be a terrible idea. That looks decent. So now they're gonna mine this kind of section out of it. It's gonna take them a while, but it should give me a lot of mounds of clay that can then be used for building. I want to go in here and make sure that I have some people that are only mining. I do. I have 2 people whose jobs are mining and hauling, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine for me. You're resetting some traps. What's all this over here? Oh, that's just stuff that I've picked the flowers off of. Some of them are still sitting there on the ground. They haven't been collected. Alright, we're getting along. We're getting along. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is going to be the first episode of Stonehearth. A little bit of a slower start than I had imagined, but I hope I did a decent job of explaining things to you. Crafter's menu, we're going to want to have a carpenter, and we're going to want to have a mason. Those are kind of higher up on the importance list. The rest we'll get there too. We'll get there. But definitely want to, the next time a caravan sells, we need to do some more selling and need to increase our wealth and start increasing our population. That's another thing that's going to be pretty important. We have a raccoon pelt now to sell. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. And most importantly, actually I should say, if you liked this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that great awesome fun stuff. You know I really do appreciate it. And most importantly, as always, peace out.